Hey, in this video, I'll be showing you how I make tech house, and I really hope this helps some of you who are also trying to create tech house. Here's a little preview of the end result. Everything I use in this video, including plugins, will have links in the description below. First, I'll open Minimeters and place it on the master channel so we can visually analyze the sound. The first thing I always do is create a MIDI track to draw the bass line. To create a MIDI track, you can press Command plus Shift plus M simultaneously. For this bass line, I want it to be in E minor. By clicking the note icon and the piano icon, you can now play it using your keyboard. Next, I'll open Serum and select the bass sound I want. In this video, I want a powerful and crunchy bass, and I already have a preset in mind. You can also get it from Splice. Next, I will draw a bass line. This note is perfect. It's neither too high nor too low. Let's get cooking. This sounds good. Next, I will add a kick. Now, I'll create an audio track to add the kick. I want my kick to be short since the bass is long. To save the new kick you create, press Command plus J, and to duplicate it, press Command plus D. And also, don't forget to lower the sound. This sounds nice, but the bass needs some sidechain compression so the low end doesn't clash with the kick. I'll be using LFO tool from XFER. Much better. And yeah, don't forget to set the BPM to the tech house tempo. For this track, I think I want it to be 126. Nice. Next, I will group them together so I can do proper low-end mixing, since both the bass and kick have a lot of low-end power. Then, I'll rename the group to bass and kick, so I can easily identify which track or group I'm controlling when adjusting the volume. I also like to add a color to the group so I can quickly recognize that it's the bass and kick group. First, I'll use a bass punch to make it sound cleaner. And then I'll use a saturator to enhance it and make it more powerful. I'll lower the dry and wet mix to 60% so it's not too overpowering, which could make the other elements sound softer. Now, I'm going to EQ out some frequencies I wouldn't want from the kick, and to make the kick sound cleaner. Much better. Then, I want the volume to be around -12 decibels. Nice. Next, I'll add some claps. I want to use 3 to make it sound better instead of just 1. Then I'll make them shorter to make them sound much snappier, and I'll do the same with all of them. After that, I'll copy and paste them every 2 kicks. Then, I'll set the volume to -12 decibels for each of them for now. After that, I'll group them together and rename it to drums. This group will contain all the high-end frequencies like claps, hi-hats, and shakers. As for the hi-hats, I'll do the same as the claps. I'll make them shorter and place them between every kick. For the claps and hi-hats, I want the volume to be around -30 to -24 decibels. Make sure it's not going over the red line on the master channel. If it's above that, you should lower the volume, as it will affect the sound and quality when you're mastering it. Next, I'm going to use a glue compressor to compress the sound together. Set the attack to 30, release to 1, and turn the threshold up to about -20 decibels. Then slightly increase the makeup gain. This sounds good. After that, I'm going to use a reverb, specifically Valhalla Reverb, but you can use any other reverb. First, turn the decay all the way up, then lower the mix to hear how it sounds. I just want it to sound a bit fuller because right now it's a little dry. Much better. Next, I'm going to remove all the low-end frequencies because I already have them covered with the kick and bass, and I don't want any other low-end sounds to interfere. Now I'll add a shaker to fill out the drums more. I'll set it to Complex Pro and make sure it's at the same original BPM. I'll set the volume to around -16 decibels and -20 decibels. Then I'll grab a few more of these to fill it out. Nice. Now I'll group them together, rename them to shakers, and place them in the drums group. By the way, you can press Command+G at the same time to group them together. In this case, I want the shaker to be in the second drop to make it more unique and groovy. To deactivate the clip, you can simply click 0, and to bring it back, you can click 0 again. I changed my mind. I don't think I like this one. But the rest sounds good, so I'll keep them. I'll create a new audio track and add some crashes to make the drop sound even more powerful. And I'll lower the volume to around -20 and -25 decibels, because I don't want it to be too loud. I'll also add some noise to introduce texture into this track, and I think I'll add one more crash to fill out the space. For the noise, I'll apply LFO tool to create a cool effect. Now I want to add some synth shots to fill out the elements. And also lower the volume to around -6 decibels. I'll sharpen it a little to make it sound crisper and better overall. Sounds nice, and also I would want one more. This one sounds good. And I'll also do the same for this one. This sounds good. Then I'll add the location markers so I can know which section or bar I'm at. One bar before the second drop hits. I want to cut out the low-end frequencies using EQ, because I want to hear a little bit of bass and kick, but I don't want to hear the low-end frequencies. It will sound much better than I just cut them out. You can press A to draw the line for when you want to activate the EQ, and press B to draw it directly so you don't have to set multiple locations. This will make it easier overall. Sounds good so far, but now I just want it to be longer. So I will copy and paste it for the second drop and add some more elements to make it more interesting. I'll adjust and EQ a few more things, then I'll start working on the second drop. For the second drop to feel more powerful, I'll add some rides. This one is perfect. This is how to do it. Lower the first one by 6 decibels, then leave the second one as it is. After that, you can just copy and paste it until the end. If you did it right, you should get something like this. That's great. Now, I'll add some fills to fill out the space before the second drop. Nice. Now I'll put them before the drop. Great. Now I just need a few more things to complete the drop. FX and vocals. Don't forget to lower the volume. I think I have a better one. Much better. And I'll add LFO tool to create this cool effect. Cool. Now just one more thing to smoothly transition into the drop. Perfect. Now just need a vocal.
It's just a beat. Now move your body. 'Cause everybody's gonna need somebody.
This sounds fire. First, I'll rename this group to FX and make it white. Then, I'll also group the crash, rename it, and adjust a few more things. First, I'll add LFO tool to the vocals to make them groovy, and also don't forget to set it to Complex Pro. Then I'll set the volume to about -8 to -9 decibels.
It's just a beat. Now move your body.
After that, I'll EQ out the low-end frequencies so they don't clash with the bass and the kick. And since the vocal is in C minor, I have to pitch it up by 4 semitones so it matches the other elements like the synth and bass. You can also use the piano keys to see how much you should pitch it up.
It's just a beat. Now move your body. 'Cause everybody's gonna need somebody. It's just a beat.
And I just need to adjust a few more things, like the shakers, because I don't want them to clash with the fills. Before the second drop, I'll also create a unique pattern for the kick to make it more interesting. Like this one. And I made a few more adjustments to make things cleaner. Now for the bass part. To make it more powerful and unique, you just need to draw a high pass and adjust the WT position from the Serum presets. Something like this. Then, just copy and paste it for the second part. These 2 adjustments should now make your bass much more powerful. And now it's time for the last step, mastering. But the good news is, I already did it beforehand, so I can just paste it in. Thanks for watching all the way till the end. Hopefully this helps some of you, and I hope you all enjoyed it. If you want me to finish it or have any questions, feel free to ask. I'll be more than happy to answer them. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you want more tutorials. Now let's go.